It is Thursday. Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. This is Thursday. This is our Educational Thursday. We are honored to have a great Educational Thursday presentation tonight as we talk about financial literacy as we continue to try to bring information to our community. There's so much I want to talk about. I don't know if I'll make through it tonight. A lot of things, but I'm going to just start with this. Community, this is our last Educational Thursday of the month. We are having programming changes, and I know some folks are like, what does that look like? But we're going to have some changes coming up. We will not be having live shows 3 times a week every week. There will be some changes, and we'll be letting you all know what that will look like moving forward. But we will still be here. We will still be impacting the community. We still will be supporting the community. We still will be doing the things that we do here at both sides of the conversation to make sure our community know what's going on. I want to say a huge shout out to all of the community folks who understand what's going on in these economic challenges. Folks been reaching out to me. Folks been uplifting us on our social media platform saying, thank you both sides of the conversation for always giving us the information, the events, the services, the jobs, the information. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you all as well. And it's always a good feeling because we try to do our best to make sure that we centralize this communication and we try to make sure all of these resources get out to the community. We're doing the best we could do given what we have, and we've continued to be committed to our work. This is the end of this fiscal year. And it's coming to an end. A lot of the contracts and things that we have in place are coming to an end. Definitely with the economic crisis that is going down, it's impacting all organizations, all folks. A lot of cuts that are happening. But we are here. We are committed. We are dedicated to continue to uplift this platform, continue to uplift this organization, and continue to do the things that we need to do to be impactful to the people. So just want to say thank you. It means so much to me. You all that know me know we grind so hard here at both sides of the conversation to uplift our community, uplift the people. And we just want to say thank you and acknowledge all of you amazing folks who support, come out, uplift, support us, wear our gear and have great things to say about the things that you've experienced with both sides of the conversation. So we thank you. And then to all of the men and women of our community, especially the brothers, I received so many calls from individual males in the community just saying, John Henry, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for this month of all the man's health information that you all put out. It's been impactful to me. It's made me think about my health. And I'm just happy that we are influencing our community. We are giving our community something different. We're giving them love. And we uplifting that. So just want to say thank you to all of the people that continue to do what they do. And thank you to all of the brothers and sisters of the community that continue to support us. We love you and we thank you. Now, with that being said, we got to jump into some more stuff. It's going to be a good opening, okay? But first, I want to say a couple things. Our community, we have to do a better job. Yesterday, there was a candlelight vigil for Brother Rob, who lost his life tragically and gun violence, and community came together. And I don't know what we have to do, but we have some issues in our community that we have to address. Some of the moral values and things that we were taught as young people, some of the things that we received growing up of how to conduct ourselves in public, how to conduct ourselves around people, how to respect certain type of events. It's a sad thing to see that a lot of folks in our community have just lost the common respect. And I think we just have to talk about this in the future of like when we're going around families who are grieving, loss of loved ones, how do we as community actually support them? What does that look like? How do we respect them? What does that look like? How do we take away our personal feelings, our personal concerns, our disagreements, and handle them in a way that is, fostering a space of peace, love. So just wanted to put that out there. We have some work to do. Our young people have just flown so far to the left, and I can't just blame all of the young people. And some of our adults in the community as well, who we just lost respect. And I just want to say this to the community because y'all know me. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to BS. And I'm not going to say everything in our community is perfect. We got a lot of work. But I'm going to just say this because I think sometimes people in our community needs to hear this. I don't care what type of person the person was. I don't care the culture that we come from. It is not okay for us to be smoking weed around kids at events. It's not okay. I just want to say this. It's not okay to be in the churches smoking weed. It's not okay to be outside in front of the churches smoking weed. It's not okay. I'm just going to put that out there. We as adults have to do better. We have to have self-control. I'm not knocking folks who smoke weed. I'm not knocking folks who deal and struggle with whatever they're going through. I know the pain is tough when you lose a loved one. But we have to be an example to our young kids. There's a time and place for everything. And I think we have just become so comfortable as a culture that we feel we could just do whatever we want at any given time, any event, anything. I just want to say it's not okay. It's not okay when we have children around. It's not okay. And the level of disrespect that I felt for the family, for the children, for the elders is very hurtful. And I hope our young people and some of the adults of the community who participate in those bad behaviors, I hope you guys have a thought and think about how you're supposed to present yourself out in the community. And I get it. Grief is hard and folks going through stuff, but that's not okay. And as a man, we just have to say it. It's not okay. We have to teach our kids when you're in the house and certain things, a certain way you have to behave and act. And I think we got to re-educate our community and bring some of those principles and morals together. But at the end of the day, it was great to see family, community come together in a tragic time. Great to see all of the brother kids and hear all of the thoughts and comments from folks who talked about the impact that this brother had, not only on his family and kids' life, but the community. It takes a lot to unite families when you have children by different parents, different mothers, different situations. To see the women, the mothers of those children, to be united as one, to see our community come together as one was very powerful. We have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of pain, anxiety, and things that we got to deal with. But a lot of things that I'm seeing that's going on is just not okay, community. And we got to do a better job. We have to hold ourselves accountable as well as we hold other people accountable. Because I said this yesterday. When we don't respect each other, when we don't hold each other accountable, other cultures, other people think it's okay that they could disrespect. They could do the things that they see us doing to each other, and they think it's okay and they can get away with it. It's not okay. The level of disrespect that is going on right now, not just in our city of San Francisco, but across this country, when it comes to Black leadership, our Black women, our Black males, the level of racism, the level of hatred, the level of anti-Blackness that is going on against our leadership, against our community leaders, against the people, the men and women of our community is not okay. And again, we have to do our part to respect and uplift each other. We have to show respect to each other if we want that same respect from folks outside of our community. It's a tough game. It's a tough thing to deal with, but we got some accountability and some things that we have to do as a community, as a culture, to fix what's going on in our community. It's going to take us. We have to walk in solidarity. We have to be on code, as Mark always say, and we have to be willing to do and say the difficult things to each other when we're correcting each other when things are wrong. We cannot just turn a blind eye. We must unite and stand together if we want to get through what's going on. So with that being said, one last point. Tonight is the first presidential debate of the year. And I just want to start off by saying I'm embarrassed, okay? I'm embarrassed as an American citizen to see what's going on tonight in this debate. I started it off. I had to move myself away from it. It is embarrassing. America, we is in trouble. We need to get it together immediately. The world has lost respect for America. The country have lost respect for America. This political game, this political rhetoric has went too far in this country. The level of uncertainty, delusion, and everything that is happening right now in this country, it's a very sad day. What I seen starting off It is hurtful. It is sad. It is embarrassing. That's just all I'm going to say. People have the right to judge and say whatever they want to say. That's just for me, the bishop. It is embarrassing to be an American citizen tonight on this presidential debate. There is nothing that I see that is presidential. I see nothing that is democracy led. I don't see anything that is in representation of the people. I am sad. I just want to be honest. I am sad to be an American citizen tonight on this debate, the largest stage, and the world is watching. Very terrible stuff. With that being said, Brother Mark is here, the voice. How you doing, brother? How's everything going for you tonight?
Bishop, I will be honest. I'm conflicted because I appreciate your opening. It's not often these days that men are still able to stand up and hold a standard to the community. Right now, everybody's so caught up in trying to be liked or get likes or get approval that we're not able to have any level of accountability without there being a problem. And again, I'll just kind of go back to my preacher days. One of the scriptures that comes to mind, it says, the Lord chastens those whom he loves. And because, again, community, we love you. The bishop loves the people. Like there's no doubt about that. And sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. Even though we have a lot systematically that is coming against us, we can't turn on ourselves. We do have to hold ourselves to a standard if we want to give our children and the next generations to come a better opportunity. So Bishop, I stand with you 100% on your message. Like we do have to learn how to do things decent and in order. And again, that's no judgment, but these words of correction come from love. And also, yeah, man, the whole debate thing. I'm embarrassed. Like to think of the United States of America for what people claim it's supposed to be the most powerful economy, the most powerful nation, the most advanced. And out of everybody, these are the only two options that we have to choose from leadership. Like nowhere in nature does the pack follow the worst, oldest, most decrepit, sick, feeble leader. And yeah, it's embarrassing right now as a citizen of the United States of America to see what we have on display for leadership. So I just hope that the people who are on code, conscious and awake, that are still striving for a better future for all of us, can see through the chaos and stay on code.
Man, definitely. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff, and again, it's never talk down on people, but we have to have these conversations, regardless of your religious background or whatever you consider your higher spirit. There's certain things when we in prayer that we don't talk, we don't do certain things, Mark, and it just, we got to learn these basic things. Just, you take your hat off. It's certain things you just do. And it just leaves me baffled that our community, we point the finger so much. Um, I don't know, Mark. It's just a lot, and people get mad at me because I'm just gonna call it. It's not about being perfect or right. It's just, you got to call a spade, as they say. You know, it's been a violent weekend. The last few days has been violent. I just don't see a lot of violence prevention. When you say certain things, people get offended because it's people who do that work. And I just have to be honest. I don't see violence prevention. I see a lot of violence reaction happening. Violence takes place. People react and try to respond and try to find out what's going on after the fact. But when we talk about violence prevention, it's just not happening in our community. There's no prevention. People talk about intervention, and I'm like, are we intervening after the reaction of the violence? Are we doing the preventive? Because I thought it was preventive and then intervene, but prevention and intervening at the same time. But what's going on is a tragic here in the Bay Area. It's a lot of violence reaction going on. It's not a lot of prevention. We got to find a way. And I'm going to just tell the community, just saying we go look at the young kids, because I keep hearing folks in the community, we just got to, these youngsters that's 15 and 16 and 17, 18 and up, they got to figure it out. We need to get on the young people. Yeah, we need to get the lower ones that's in kindergarten so that they don't be the next generation. But we must make an investment To our young people who are 16, 17 through 30 years old, we need to make an investment. There's some initiatives and some policy change that has to happen. We cannot just focus on the TAY population. We have to find a way to be strategic and intentional, because what's happening is these kids is getting all this programming and services from, teenage to 24 years old, but we have a gap of young people from 25 to 35 that's just out here wilding out as well. So when we talk about violence prevention, when we talk about community support and programming, we can't forget about these folks who are in that transitional age of 25 to 35, because they are a lot of the problems and they are influencing a lot of our young people. So again, we got a lot of work to do, and there's some change that needs to happen. There's some innovation that needs to take place. There's some new ideals that need to be brought to the table. We are the Bay Area. We are the location of innovation. We have to be able to dare to be different, take a risk, do something different, because what's been going on, what's been happening is just not working. And at some point, community, we're going to have to take our hats off and roll up our sleeves and get in there and get dirty. It's going to take us all. There's no one quick fix. There's no one perfect solution. I'm sure it's going to take multiple ideals, multiple pathways, multiple programming to get to a place to submit some of this violence in our community. Is going to take a lot of work. But with the economic crisis that we are in, with the uncertainty of leadership, when you see the confusion in our capital and Congress, all the way down to the governors, all the way down to our local elected officials, when we don't have sound leadership, the ship goes anywhere. We are operating in a space of unknown that is very dangerous to public safety and to the community. I'll say it again. Community, there's a volcano that will erupt. The tensions are high. It's in the air. There is a volcano that will erupt here in the Bay Area, here in San Francisco. We can keep turning our heads and act like there's not some issues. This political season, we have some issues that we will have to address, because there is a volcano that is spitting lava in our community, and it is ready to erupt. With that being said, it is now time to get in some of the news, some of the announcements, and Brother Mark will get you through all of the events. And we get ready for another Educational Thursday segment tonight. To all our folks tuning in, if this is your first time, you can leave live comments in the chats on YouTube or on our Facebook page. Check us out on all social media handles. We are around. We are uplifting the people. We have to do our part, community. We cannot just show up in the time of grief and pain. We cannot just show up for the funeral. We have to be there for the children and the families after those 2 weeks, after those months, after those years. Tonight, pick up the phone, somebody. Reach out to someone you know who lost a loved one in the past 6 months. Call and check on them. Pick up the phone. They need your support. A lot of the families feel left out. They always say, John, during the tragedy, during the funeral, everybody's reaching out. Everybody's, hey, what can I do? What I can do? After the funeral, no phone calls. No one showing up. We got to do a better job, community. We got to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. All right, enough what you said. Here we go. The news. San Francisco police test first ever device to detect fentanyl in saliva during public intoxication arrest. San Francisco police is introducing a new device, the Draeger Drug Test 5000, to detect fentanyl and other drugs in saliva during public intoxication arrest. This initiative is part of a broader city effort to manage the open-air drug market. The device, which tests for multiple drugs instantly, will be used alongside existing law enforcement tools, aiming to provide scientific backing to arrests based on objective evidence rather than solely on officer observation. New technology, new tools. Again, they are trying to do things to curb this fentanyl in our community, regardless if you hustle, whatever you say. What's going on with this fentanyl is detrimental to our community. The number of folks who are losing their life, the number of young people and kids who have been impacted by fentanyl. If you have any heart in you, it is sad, sad to see another device to help curb this fentanyl in our city. Also, an Alameda carjacker leaves a family in shock in Alameda. A family was shocked after their SUV was carjacked and driven to San Francisco. The incident occurred in the North Ethical boat ramp. The carjackers who pointed firearms at the mother demanding she and her kids exit the vehicle was later pursued by police. The vehicle eventually crashed into a telephone pole, and suspects were identified by the victim and arrested. Currently, the suspects are held at the Alameda County Jail. Sad, sad news. Sorry to hear that. Young brothers out here putting it on the line, risking. It's too much going on. San Francisco budget nears approval with $60 million in critical funding restored. San Francisco City Hall Committee approved a budget deal restoring nearly $60 million to various social programs, finalizing the negotiations early. The $15.9 billion budget, which now advances to the full Board of Supervisors and then to the mayor, Mayor London Brief, for signing, focuses on child care, food security, and violence prevention. This budget decision comes despite a projected $790 million deficit, addressing key community needs while maintaining essential services like public health and downtown revitalization. Again, very important. We'll see which way it goes. Y'all heard me in the opening. We are missing violence prevention. We need to sit down. I see it's $60 million going to these programs. We need to sit down as a community and look at what is violence prevention, what is working, what has worked. Because, again, it's going to take the community as well as our elected officials and folks to come together to figure out how we can curb this violence in our community. Daily multivitamin use in healthy adults doesn't decrease the risk of death. Studies suggest. Wanted to know about pros and cons of multivitamins. A recent study that daily multivitamin usage does not reduce death risk among healthy adults, sparking debate about the efficiency of multivitamins. Despite the popularity of multivitamins, with over 31% of Americans aged 19 and older taking them, the study indicates that getting nutrients from food might be more beneficial. I've always said it's great to have multivitamins. My grandparents and parents always said, get the real fruit, son. Get the real grains. We still got to do the organic things that we need. And hopefully with all of the farmers markets and the new things that are going on, and hopefully some of these investments in our communities actually bring healthy food to these food deserts, these food apartheids in our community. We need it. We need the support. It is a frustrating but fun day. I'm here. I'm live and I'm well. And I'm willing to go the distance. This is our last Educational Thursday show of the month. We will be reconvening. We'll be letting the community know as our programming has changed. Don't be calling me, Bishop, did you guys quit? You off the air? No, every week. We will not be doing our shows every week, but we will be having them. We'll be scheduling them out once or twice a month to give our team an opportunity to help recruit, do some of the back-end support services we need. Also for me to do a little bit more in our community. There's some great men that need to be in the community, and I need to put myself in a position to work with some of our young people, some of the community needs, so that we can make greater impact in our community. We are not going anywhere. There'll be some changes. There'll be some financial pitfalls that'll keep us from doing everything that we like to do to impact our community, but we'll still be woven into the wool, woven into the spreads of the community. I am here. With that being said, Brother Mark, the voice, tell the community what's going on, King.
Absolute, Bishop. Let's go ahead and get into the community events. And this is kind of sentimental, being one of the last for the time being. But let's go ahead and jump into community events. Experience Frisco Friday, June 28th. From 4 to 8 p.m. at PG&E's Hunters Point site at 155 Jennings Street. You don't want to miss it. And the SFDPH is hiring health workers. Join our mission to enhance community health. Positions are open for health workers 2 and 3. You can apply online by June 28th. And join Rafiki Coalition for their Youth Spotlight and Talent Show. Okay, Saturday, June 29th from 1 to 7 p.m. Located at 601 Cesar Chavez. And the city EMT is recruiting. Passionate about helping others? Become an EMT in San Francisco. They're seeking motivated individuals aged 18 to 24 with a high school diploma or GED. You can join their team and make a difference. Applications close July 5th at 5 p.m. To apply, see the link below. An OMI UCSF info session and orientation. Explore security careers at UCSF ICY Guard Card Academy, located at 200 Broad Street, from Monday or Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Interviews will be held July 8th and 9th. To get more information or to register, see the link below. And join Camp Imaginate. Creativity Explored introduces an inclusive summer art camp for youth with disabilities. Engage in artistic exploration and fun activities. Learn more and sign up at the link below. And join IT Bits Academy's free tech program for ages 16 to 24 for low income in the Bay Area. Gain IT skills, cybersecurity knowledge, and enjoy a $300 stipend plus a paid internship. Starts July 8th. For more information, see the link below. And volunteer at California state parks. Help clean parks and restore habitats by removing debris and invasive species. Gloves will be provided. Wear long sleeves. It's for ages 10 and up. Minors need to sign waivers. Register now at the link below. And Sunnydale retail space is available. Mercy Housing announces affordable retail opportunities at Sunnydale for experienced small business owners. Apply by July 8th. Final tenants will be selected in early August. To get more information, see the link below. And join us for Sunday Streets Excelsior Cyclovia on July 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Mission Street from Teresa and Avalon to Geneva Avenue. Enjoy free recreation, health resources, music, dance, and more. And Costa Justa, I Just Cause is hiring. Join our dynamic team committed to building grassroots power and leadership in a multiracial, multi-generational, and multilingual working class movement. Explore open positions and apply. And BHNC is hiring. Exciting job opportunities are available at Burnell Heights Neighborhood Center. They're hiring for various positions. To join their team and make a difference, see the details at the link below. And save the date, Sunnydale's annual community health fair on July 27th from 12 to 4 p.m. at Hers Park, located at 1701 Visitation Avenue. Enjoy free health screenings and win gift cards. Good Samaritan is hiring Child Development Center Director, Associate Teachers, and Lead Teachers. Transform early childhood education with us. To apply, see the link below. And 826 Valencia is seeking a culturally competent, student-centered leader for Buena Vista's Horace Mann K-8. Make a significant impact on student success. Bilingual Spanish preferred. Candidates encouraged to apply at the link below. And interested in a fast-paced, well-compensated career in public service? San Francisco Emergency is hiring 911 dispatchers. Help dispatch emergency services and contribute to community safety. To learn more and apply, see the link below. And Support for Families is seeking an early learning and inclusion manager with 5+ years of experience, strong idea knowledge, and experience in ECE provider training. Join our team and make a meaningful impact. To apply, see the link below. And Homes for All California Job Alert. Apply to become the statewide director to lead our efforts. For more details on how to apply, see the link below. And California Latinas for Reproductive Justice is hiring. Make a difference in your community. Visit the site for open positions at the link below. And passionate about empowering youth voices in Long Beach, Youth Leadership Institute is hiring a program manager. Join our team and make an impact. To apply, see the link below. And Community Foundation for Monterey County is seeking a full-time accountant to support our vision of creating healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. To get more details and apply, see the link below. And Alameda County District Attorney Accountability Table is hiring, seeking a part-time communications specialist for July 2024 through March 2025, 40 hours per month. Details are provided at the link below. And the XL Construction is looking for a passionate senior project manager who loves problem solving and working on diverse projects. To explore this opportunity, see the link below. And join B Magic's Back to School celebration and backpack giveaway on August 3rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1050 McAllister Street. To get more details, see the link below. And explore the Bayview Community Block Party with Sunday Streets on August 4th from 12 to 5 p.m. Enjoy 2 blocks of car-free fun on Galvez Avenues with activities for the whole family. And join MoMagic's Back to School celebration and backpack giveaway on August 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 155 Jennings Street. To get more details, see the link below. And join Sunday Street San Francisco in the Mission for a car-free day of fun on August 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Valencia Street from Dubuco to 26th. Enjoy music, dance, health resources, and more. And experience the 4th annual Recovery Day at Bodeker Park, 241 Eddy Street, on September the 6th from 12 to 3 p.m. Community service awards, food, and resources will be available. And Suicide Awareness Block Party. Join us at McKay's Corner, Civic Center Plaza on September 7th from 1 to 5 p.m. There will be music by Tony, Lil Kayla, and more. To get more information, see the link and the phone number below. And explore car-free fun at the Western Edition Community Block Party. Join us on Golden Gate Avenue and Buchanan Street Mall Park, September the 22nd from 12 to 5 p.m. There will be activities for the whole family. And Heart of Richmond District Night Market. Join us for fun, food, and festivities at Clement Street between 22nd and 25th Avenues. It'll be July 20th, August 17th, September 21st from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. A night to remember with family and friends. Don't miss out. And the Brown Bombers' 25th year is kicked off. Register for youth football and cheerleading. It's a $150 registration fee. It includes gear, and details are provided at the link below. And visit the Southeast Community Center Farmers Market Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. now through October 31st. You can get fresh produce, baked goods, and community activities at 1550 Evans Avenue. And join the SECC at Hungry Cafe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for co-working eatery and social space at the Southeast Community Center. And the University of San Francisco's Community Counseling and Wellness Center is offering 12 weeks of free therapy for San Francisco residents over 18 facing barriers to care. To get more details, email the link below. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative's Senior Home Repair Program offers up to a $50,000 forgivable loan to low to moderate income or seniors that are disabled homeowners in the distressed San Francisco neighborhoods. To get more details, see the link below. The San Francisco Human Rights Commission holds regular bi-monthly meetings on the second and fourth Thursdays of each month at 5 p.m. in the San Francisco City Hall Room 416. You can attend in person or via Zoom. And Fathers to Founders Child Support Clinics are every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 232 6th Street. You can get guidance on child support debt, license holds, custody, and visitation rights. To get more details or for an appointment, call the phone number below on your screen. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative's Down Payment Assistance Loan Program offers up to a $500,000 loan for down payment assistance and up to $30,000 for closing costs. You can get connected with housing counselors, lenders, and realtors. For more details, see the link below. And join Fathers to Founders for Fatherhood Reimagined Therapy group sessions every Tuesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Food is provided. To RSVP or get more information, see the phone number below. And APRI hosts youth workshops where you can have access to job referrals, resume and skill building, internships, networking, and community service hours. For more details, see the number below on your screen. And Fillmore's Friday Night Market every Friday from 4 to 9 p.m. on O'Farrell Street between Fillmore and Steiner. Come out for live music, food, vendors, dominoes, prizes, and fun. Vendor booths are still available. To get more details, see the link below. And the vaccination site offering the COVID-19 boosters and monkeypox antiviral pill treatments are still available. See the details below on your screen. And visit the community living room for free breakfast and a grab-and-go lunch Monday through Friday at the City of Hope Cafe. See the details below on the screen. And visit the San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment for free, confidential, one-on-one smart money coaching, where you can get financial guidance in English or in Spanish, and it's available to anyone living or working in San Francisco. For more details, see the phone number and the link below. And be a mentor in San Francisco United School District's Mentoring for Success program. You can sign up to volunteer as an individual or group mentor district-wide. To make an impact, sign up at the link below. And join our show to promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact on Hidden Gems. Or you could share your expertise on an Educational Thursday or be a panelist on a Sunday conversation. Also, you can keep up with both sides of the conversation's latest shows and community outreach events. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our newsletter at bsotc.org. And both sides of the conversation welcomes volunteers to join our mission to uplift and support the community. Make a positive impact and become a volunteer today. Email us at hr@bsotc.org. And both sides of the conversation invite your support for our podcast and community engagement. Your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. And we want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Dreamkeeper Initiative and all of its support for both sides of the conversation's programming and the rest of San Francisco's diverse Black communities. To learn more, see the link below on your screen. And that'll do it for the announcements. Bishop?
I gotta give you a long love and a round of applause, brother. That was great. Thank you for getting us through all of that. I know you got to wet your whistle. A lot of news and announcements. I hope that the patience of the community allows and understand why it's so important to get that information out there. There are folks with disabilities who listen for this information. There's folks who can't hear, who watch to get this information. It's great information to our community. So, folks, I know y'all ready to get to the Educational Thursday guests and get on with the show, but be patient. It is very important information. We want to do our part. So they are not lying on the community. They're not lying and saying that they don't get the information and they don't know what's going on. That's why we do it. We want to make sure our community has a fair opportunity to find out what's going on and how to connect. So folks are like, I don't know how to connect and how to get around. So we try to do our part. I know it takes a little while in the opening, but that's what we have to do to make sure we get this information out to the community. With that being said, it is now time to get into our Educational Thursday guest, Brother Mark. Give this brother a warm welcome with the introduction to the community. It looked like Brother Mark might have froze up. Oh, Brother Mark froze up. The Wi-Fi bug got him. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring up this amazing brother. He's been here before. When we talk about changing the narrative, breaking down the barriers, this brother is doing it. He is coming here again to give our information, the gems, the information that we need to fix the financial disparities that are impacting our community. He's here to give you information that can help uplift you when it comes to finances. We have a problem in our community with finances. I don't know. There's a taboo conversation going on about there's a stigma tied to finances in our community. And let me tell you, with all of the loss that's taking place, for whatever reason, there is a lot of folks out there who are being impacted financially because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the tools. And this brother is coming here to give you the tools. Community, I need you to pay attention. Community, I need you to reach out to this brother because it's very important. We cannot live off GoFundMes. We can't live off chicken dinners. We need to make sure that we are getting the proper life insurance. While we working for these companies, we need to make sure we have the proper retirement. While we live in community, we need to have the right estate planning. You will need a living will. You will need a living trust. You got to do it, community. We can no longer check out and leave our families without a legacy plan, without an opportunity to understand. This information is important. Some folks get fixated on all the other things, the Gucci bag, the Birkin bags, the trips. And when you talk about their affairs, Mark, it is a sad day. The affairs are sad. Black folks, brown folks, a lot of us are not prepared. When God calls that number for our loved ones, a lot of time our affairs are not in order. Community! Tonight, you're going to hear from a great brother who's fighting the fight, who's kicking down doors to make sure that our community gets the information, the sauce, the secret sauce, to become better savers, to be better investors, to be well equipped to deal with this financial and economic crisis that we are dealing with. We got Brother Mark back. The voice was paused. All right, he's back. Get his brother a welcome, brother. Call this brother up here. Give him some flowers, brother.
Absolutely. This brother here is no stranger to the broadcast. Mr. Salahudin Akbar was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and raised in Los Angeles, California. He has over 20 years of experience in healthcare and is focused on mental illness, substance abuse, incarceration, homelessness, and work with senior ex-offenders. His studies at UC Berkeley covered medical and psychological foundations for chemical dependency, and as an instructor, Mr. Salahudin prepared students for certification in California. He's married to a wonderful lady, and he has shifted from healthcare to wealth care. Driven by his passion for helping people, he has held a financial professional license now for the past 5 years, and he is dedicated to aiding families in comprehending the intricacies of money management and how it works. So with no further ado, we present Mr. Salahudin Akbar.
We got to give his brother some love. We got to give him some love, community. Brother Akbar, welcome back to both sides of the conversation, King. Come talk to the people. Educate our people.
Thank you both, brother. I do appreciate it. And you guys laid the foundation, to have the narrative. I love the way you said it. I was in the gym the other morning, and a young brother came in, and on his shirt was both sides of the conversation, changing the narrative. I said, okay. So, the impact that you guys are having on the community is phenomenal. And the sad truth of the matter is that the great work that people like you all are doing is not really appreciated until after the fact, right? And so, it's like what you were talking about, Bishop, it's just spot on, man, the way, our community has devolved, and it seems like other communities might be evolving. And so, I mean, where do we begin when you was talking about prevention? Where do we even begin with that process? Because I mean, when grandmama was raising us, and that switch was an effective tool, right? Somebody came along and removed the switch from home, and the only person can chastise the kids is the police. It's crazy, But I didn't particularly want to talk about that. I want to talk about the economic impact, that we're not having. Right? It's on us. The economic impact is on African Americans, it's on brown people. And we're trying to do something to change that narrative so people will have a different perspective about how money works. And I was reviewing some information, and it was saying there's 195 approximately countries on the planet. And based on economics, the African Americans would be ranked 16th as an economic force. We don't have no money that's coming towards us. We have money that's moving away from us. And so when we was here before, I was talking about, we call it payday, but it's really transfer day. And we're giving our money to somebody else, and they're making all the benefits of our hard-earned dollars, and they put us in a system that's related to the FICO score. And what that does now, we're going to talk about that as we go through the slides, about how we got into this trap, and we don't even see it because everything that we think about is familiar inside the box. And the information, both sides of the conversation, I'm on that side, is bringing some information that's outside of the box, so people can start getting a glimpse into how their money can work for them as hard as they work for it. Wouldn't that be hey, Mark, can I see that first slide? When we're talking about, yes, who is your money working for? And the question is, what's more important, your latte or your children's education? And it's a matter of prioritizing our spending habits. And so we got a lot of money. African Americans have a lot of money. We just got a spending habit that goes with that money. And the spending that we're doing is benefiting somebody other than our community. But we're changing that. And so, Mark, I hope that you were able to put this up as a slideshow, because I wanted to put the emphasis on the fact that if you spend $8.50 per day on latte at Starbucks, over a 10-year period, that's $30,000, almost $31,000. Now, I wasn't spending $8 a day, but it was close to $7 on my way to work. And it wasn't 7 days a week, it was 5 days a week. But the reality is, when someone calculated that number, just like the theory, the formula is shown here, when somebody calculated that number and showed it to me, I was giving about $22,000 to somebody else, and I was getting no benefit from my dollar. And they showed me an illustration. If that money had been working for me, this how it would look. And I was just dumbfounded. Why didn't I know? Well, because they're not teaching this in the educational system. And if I can see that next slide, Mark, if you don't mind, sir. And these are the 3 rules I want to give a little attention to. Can you make that any larger, Mark? Is there a way that you can do that? This is it. This is. So we're talking about 3 rules of money. And it's not 300, It's only 3. And just imagine now, not ever knowing about these 3 simple rules. And the first rule, I want to give a little attention to this first rule, because it is how your money grow. I mean, compounding over time, advancing over time. And so now when we think about what banks are doing with our money, and if there was a strategy where we can do the same thing that banks are doing with our money, it would only make sense for me now to have my money working for me in the way that the banks put my money to work for them. Now you think about the millions of Americans who are putting their money inside of the bank, and they'll get no interest or very little interest. If they gain anything over $10, they got to pay taxes again. But the reality is this rule says if you take 72 and you divide it by whatever interest that you're getting on your money, that's going to tell you how long it's going to take for your money to double. Now, back in the early 19th century, Albert Einstein said that this should have been coined the eighth wonder of the world. And he went on to say that people that know this rule, they earn interest on their money. And people that don't know it, they pay interest. Now, you think about that concept. People that know the rule, they earn interest. People that don't know it pay interest. Working people don't know it. And they have been paying interest on money, and they got put into this FICO score system. And this is the game that hardworking Americans have been taught to play. Keep your FICO score high in case you need a loan, in case you want to make a purchase, you can get a lower interest rate. But you're paying interest to somebody else. Now just imagine if your money doubled every 6 years at a 12% interest rate. If your money doubled every 6 years, opposed to every 72 years, because you was getting 1% interest, where would you want your money? 12% or 1%? I can answer that question, I think, for you, because I believe I'm talking to sensible people. You would want your money earning 12% interest. But the credit card companies and the loan institutions, the colleges, they all use this rule, the rule of 72. That's why when you get a credit card, they encourage you to pay minimum interest on your money. Oh, don't worry, just pay the minimum. You know why? Because if they gave you a loan or they gave you a credit card and they gave you a 29, people don't pay a lot of attention to the rate of interest that they're being charged. But if they was giving you 29% interest on that, you're excited because they gave you $10,000. But at 29% interest, you paying minimum balance on your credit card. Every 2 years, that $10,000 was going to double. That's why people stay in debt. And coming right out of high school, going into college, the system is designed to put you in debt. Because they say, if you control the debt, you can control the population. And that's why we're dancing to a different beat as working people, always talking about the price of gasoline, always talking about what's too high. Wealthy people are not complaining about that. These guys riding around in Ferraris, right? One of my mentors, he was driving his Bentley. Never once have I heard him, whether he was in his Ferrari or his Bentley or his Rolls Royce, he never once mentioned the price of gasoline. Why is that? Well, because people say it's too expensive. And my mentor said, it's not too expensive. You're just not earning enough money. And, that resonated with me in such a way that it put me in a different mindset about these basic rules of how money work. And it's almost like reframing the whole concept associated with money, like the chessboard. Well, it can't be a checkerboard, right? It's the same framework. And so our money now, it flows just like a river. It flows just like a stream. And is it flowing away from you? This is what our money is doing. Why? Because we're paying interest. And we want people to understand that you can earn interest. You can do the same thing that the banks and the credit card companies and the loan companies, you can do the same thing for your family with the money that you already have, that you're spending on latte, that you're spending unnecessarily on credit card debt. that you're spending unnecessarily on loans, you can set up a family bank. There's a strategy where you can set that up in your household, where now your children are never going to be challenged when it comes to finances. Why? Because there's a system in place that's working for your family now. And generation after generation, the money increases. Why? Because it's doubling over a certain amount of years because of compound interest. Credit card companies, they don't use simple interest, they use compound interest, right? When the banks give you a loan, they don't, it's that simple, it's compounded. And every so many years, based on your interest rate, that's going to determine the number of years that your money now that you paying interest on doubles. Well, we want to show you how you can put your money in a system where it's doubling for you now, because it can work for you or it can work against you. And so long has it been working against working people, and we're changing the narrative. I love both sides of the conversation, changing the narrative. And the second rule is how your money grow: fixed, variable, and index. Now, the first two accounts, we're familiar with it. In a fixed account, it won't even outpace inflation, but an advisor would instruct you to leave your money in a place that you're not going to lose money. Well, you're not going to outpace inflation. So in essence, you are losing money because the value of your dollar is depreciating by not keeping up with inflation. So the eggs that you used to get for $1, now you got to pay $1.70 or maybe $2. And then in a variable account, well, it's a wonderful thing when the stock market is doing well, but the stock market doesn't always do well. And when the stock market goes down, like it did in 1, 2, and 3, people lost a lot of money in a retirement plan that was designed for them to stop working and use that money to live in their golden years. Well, that didn't happen. Why? Because they was in a variable market, and their money now was in a volatile system. And what happened? Well, they lost a heap of money. And then it happened again in 2008. 38% of 30 years of retirement that you had been planning on, 38% of it gone. In some cases, more than that. Now you think about that, right? In 20, it did the same thing. In 22, the same thing. Stock market went down, and so did your retirement account. And now we have millions of Americans who are feeling the pinch because they had their money set up in a variable account. And then when you panic and go to your advisor, he said, let's put it in a fixed account. That way you won't lose any money. Well, how much you have left? And that becomes the question, because we want your money to grow. And that's why we are teaching families about an index strategy that mirrors the stock market. But if the stock market goes down, your money locks and you never lose. That's why we, as a financial professional, I can tell you, use the word guarantee. An advisor is never going to use that word with you. Guarantee. Why? Because you got your money in a variable account. Can't give you any guarantees. Well, I can tell you for certainty that I can guarantee you're never going to lose money. And when the stock market goes up, your money will go up with it. That's the second rule. And the third rule is how your money gets taxed. Tax down, tax later, tax advantage, which is tax never. And there are tax codes that support everything that I'm saying to you all, that supports how your money can grow tax-free, right? How you can use your money tax-free. I got tax codes that I can give to you to tell you everything about how you can apply this to you and your family. But in the tax now system, it's in the bank. You got your money in the bank. They're not giving you much interest. You might have a CD account. People think that might be a great idea to have their money in a CD account. The bank tell you, well, we'll give you 4% interest if you put this amount of money in it. But if you grow any interest on that money, you got to pay taxes again. So when you balance it out, what did you really gain? Well, the banks was getting a lot of gains from it, because don't think they had that money sitting in some account. They had removed that money and put it where? Into a system where they was getting a higher rate of interest that they were giving you. They were making money off the money that you were putting in the bank. And we're teaching families how that can change if you wanted to. Tax later, oh my goodness, that's where everyone has their retirement accounts in a deferred comp, tax later. And they have convinced families that working people don't worry about paying taxes now, pay them later. And they teach families, or they encourage families to believe you will be in a lower tax bracket. That's not necessarily true. The only way you'll be in a lower tax bracket if you have very little money. If you have a retirement account that's at $300,000, it's not likely. A lot of people don't have that much in their retirement account because they've been using their 401ks throughout, right? Taking loans on it, hardship loans or whatever. And aside from it being in a variable account, they also been using that money. And so very rarely do I find somebody with $500,000 in their 401k, with $700,000 in their 401k. Some people have it there, but most people don't. And so the tax later concept is a hoax. You're not going to be in a lower tax bracket unless you don't have any money. But we're teaching families about tax advantage, which means that your money is in a strategy now where it's growing at a high rate of interest. It's in an index strategy, guaranteed that you're never going to lose any money. And now when you access your money, it's all tax free. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a terrific concept for working people to have access to a system that will allow their money now to serve them? So they're hardworking Americans working 30, 40 years and come to find out their money had been working for someone else all those years, and someone else was giving them the benefit of their hard-earned dollars. And now they got to take the pennies that's left over, not knowing what it's going to be because getting very little interest on their money. And then the stock market, you don't know what it's going to do. At the time that you get ready to retire, you don't know what the stock market's going to do. It may put you in a situation like it did in 2008. Do you know there was millions of Americans who had been planning on retiring in 2008 and still are at work now as a result of that? Those who were capable of working, some people couldn't work because of a condition. But we're changing that. We're changing what bishops say, the narrative. If I have the next slide, please, sir. Now, this is a slideshow. You know, can you make this so? Push on slideshow and then take it to this particular slide right here. I can explain it, but I didn't want to be confusing with people looking at too much at one time. But I can absolutely explain it if you can't do that, Bishop. Are you there?
No, brother, we're gonna have to go.
He's working on it. Just let me know, Bishop, if you can't convert this to the slideshow, right? I can speak on it where it's at, but I want to do it in sections, right?
Yeah, I don't think we can convert it right now.
Okay, well, take it back to where you just had it, Bishop. I can explain that. No worries. So we're gonna start at the top in the red where it says 401k, 403b, and IRA, individual retirement account. They all have the same rules, right? And it happened back in 1978 because corporations, companies, no longer wanted to pay these pensions because people started working, they started living too long. Now, when you think about that, they were living too long because, you know, at one time, the lifespan was 62 years. Now you retired 65, your expected lifespan was 62. And think about that in relation to Social Security and a host of those other systems that we think are designed for retirement. They're not. All of these systems are set up for your money to serve somebody else. Imagine now 62 being the life expectancy and you retire at 65. People dead at 70, right? And so everything was going up. But they turned over these plans to the employee with the rules that I was telling you about, that theory that they told them. deferred comp. Don't worry about it, pay your taxes later. That's how they sold employees on that concept. You don't have to worry about paying taxes. It's not true. It's not true. And so now there is the gross and there is the net. Your money in these type of plans come from the gross. No taxes has been paid on them. And they put them inside of this thing. We call it a vault, because you have no access to it without being penalized before the age of 59 and a half. Now think about that. This is supposed to be designed for your retirement, for your pleasure, for your leisure, for your needs, but someone else is controlling it. You can't touch this money. You don't have access to this money until the age of 59 and a half without penalty. And then you got to pay the taxes. So you think about that. What if now, since you can't access your money before the age of 59, but you can take a loan out on your account. You took a loan out on your account, and now you have this outstanding loan on your 401k. And then for whatever reason, your job goes away. Do you know you got to pay that loan off? And some companies demand that it paid off immediately. Some companies give you a 5-year time to pay it off. But if you don't, then you're going to get hit with a tax bill that's going to be out of this world. And so you can't access your money before the age of 59, but you haven't paid taxes on $500. So now your money's at $1 million. You're going to pay more taxes. We're teaching families how to get around that. But think about this. They have moved the required minimum distribution age 3 times in the last 5 years. Why is that? Well, we know about the 59 and a half rule. If you touch your money prior to that, they're going to penalize you. In California, you got to pay 10% taxes and 30% federal. Whatever state you're in, you're going to pay 30% federal. But the required minimum distribution says that you got to take a percentage of your money, unless the federal government is going to step in and take 50% of whatever that amount that you should have taken out is, related to the 4% rule. So think about it. You got a required minimum distribution. It used to be 70 and a half. Then it went up to 70. It's at 73 now. I didn't update this slide, but it's at 73 now, the required minimum distribution. Why? Well, because if you don't pay those taxes, they're going to get more taxes out of your money. Just think about that. So between 59 and 72, what do people want to do? They want to retire. Why is it that people retire somewhere between 60 and 70? Why is that? Well, that's when they got access to their money without the penalties. But they still got to pay the taxes. In California, it's up to 40%. That's going back to the federal government. In whatever state you're in, you're still going to pay the federal 30% taxes. And so we know that. And then we're talking about the advisors that has control over your account. Vanguard, Fidelity, right? A couple of other ones that I can't think of right now, so I'm not going to strain my brain. But they are getting a percentage of your retirement account. All of these hands are in that bucket that was supposed to be your bucket, your retirement account. You got multiple hands that are in there, and you can't get in there without getting penalized. Isn't that crazy? And they call your retirement account. And if you take out a loan, that loan is going to follow you until you pay it off. And you're going to get hit with penalties and taxes. It's crazy. And when they send it to the IRS, you know they're going to penalize you. And everybody that's using our money for a variety of reasons, they all are using the rule of 72. Federal government, they don't just penalize you. They charge you interest, and then it compounds over a period of time. So what we're doing is teaching families, you can take your money from your net and you can put it inside of what we call a cash value retirement plan. It's called ALERT, Life Insurance Retirement Plan. And you put your money inside of this structure, this strategy, and just like the rules were showing earlier, Your money goes up with the stock market. It locks in place. When the stock market goes down, guaranteed you'll never lose money. The stock market goes up, so does your money. Now, this is tremendous. When you think about 40 years of never losing money in the stock market, I got some diagrams I can share. Maybe next time I come on, I will show you how that look, side-by-side comparison to not losing money and being in a volatile system. Not having to pay taxes and having to pay 30, 40% taxes. I'll show you how that look, and long-term, how your money is not going to serve you at all. And so look at this. This is total protection for you and your family, total protection on your money. You got access in case of emergency. You don't have to qualify for this. This is your money. This is your plan. You set it up, designed to work for you based on what your needs are, long-term or immediate. You have an emergency, you go into your plan, tell them where you want your money sent to, and it's done in 24 to 48 hours or less. It's designed as retirement, so you want to structure it where your future is going to look exactly how you want it to look. And then you want to send your children or grandchildren to college. No worries. You can take the money out to do that as well. This is your account. You're borrowing money from your account and paying yourself back. Now think about it. Instead of putting your money inside of the bank as a savings account, now that's another peculiar concept. Putting our money into a savings account in an institution that's not even a savings institution, it's a loan institution. Now help me make sense of that. How did the savings account get attached to a loan institution? Well, it's a lure to have people thinking, well, if you put your money here, it's going to be safe, and it will be safe. You're going to have access to it, and you will have access to it. But if you grow any money in there, they're going to tax you. And the money that you grow in there is going to be so minimum, it's crazy. Because if you had $200,000 in the bank is like, whoa, they're riding high on the horse. But you're not. Because if you accumulate anything above the 200,000, you got to pay taxes again. That's a tax down system. We're changing that. We're showing families that you can put your money in what we call a supercharged savings account. And life insurance, right, is the account that you want to look at when you're talking about protecting your family, protection from taxation, protection from market risks. And then when you go to access your money, it's 100% tax-free. For the last 30 years, these particular accounts have been averaging 9.3%. They're doing much better now. And I just wanted you to understand this one thing. There's another option for you in your retirement where you got access to your money. And unlike having to pay the loan back in a 401k, and that becomes now part of the debt that the country is designed to keep us in, debt, you can control that by setting up your own plan for your family, structure your family bank the way you want it to work for you and your children, for your family, your household, in case you got sick or injured. It comes with living benefits, meaning that if you got a $2 million plan, you got access to a percentage of that $2 million to pay your mortgage, to pay your car or cars, to take care of your financial health in case your physical or mental health suffered. Your financial health won't be a contributor to that because people don't recover as quickly when they worried about bills and they worried about, losing their home. That's just an additive to your condition. But when you're free from that, oh my goodness, you can bounce back a lot quicker. And we know that. But this is the options that we're providing families with. An alternative to the traditional retirement accounts where you are absolutely in control. And I understand how they were introduced to us. I know why companies offer them, because they get the tax benefit by telling you don't worry about paying taxes. And then they match you up to a percentage and they don't have to pay taxes. That's another tax benefit for the companies. But then when you access your money, not only do you have to pay taxes on the money that you contributed, You got to pay taxes on the money that the company match you. So who's really benefiting from that? Just food for thought. Now, we're going to move on in just a second, but before we do, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you the question. Based on the information that I just shared with you, knowing that there's a different option, with none of the rules associated with the red plans, where would you want your money? In the red or in the blue? I hear you loud and clear. Everybody's saying blue. I can feel the energy. Blue it is. You know why? Because you're in total control. And your family is secure. And you don't have to worry about where to get money in case you needed $5,000 or $10,000. Go right to your account. So Mark, if you can give me that last slide, there we go. For those of you who've had your money in these type of accounts, and now you 50, 60 years old and realize, man, maybe I better do something because it's not working as well as I thought it would work. 50 years old, remember the rules of money. 50 years old, this particular individual has moved that money from the traditional accounts and rolled it over into a fixed index account that mirrors the market, goes up with the stock market goes down, it locks, right? Getting a rate of return on your money that outpaces inflation and guaranteed that you never lose. Look what it says. No loss of principles. Your rate of return is significant. You're in an index strategy that locks in the gains as well as your principal and the companies, because this strategy now has been set up for you, but the company gets some benefit because it's a 7-year, a 10-year, or a 5-year contract where the agreement is that you're not going to take this money, similar to a CD account. You're not going to touch this money for a certain amount of time, and these are the benefits we're going to give you. Now, here's a 50-year-old that put $200,000 into one of these plans. At 65, his money is at $880,000. Just imagine that. Started off with $200,000. Money starts growing year one. And 7 years later, at age 58, he's at $440,000. And then another 7 years, he's at $880,000. And in another 7 years, he's at $1.7 million. How did that happen? Well, we're talking about the rules of money and how your money should be working for you as hard as you work for it. Imagine if he started this process at age 40. Are you guys understanding now what I'm telling you? How your money is not working for you, because everybody now that has access to your money before you can access it are using these type of strategies. And they're making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of your money. And when you get ready to retire, you got to figure out, are you going back to work? Are you going to downsize your lifestyle? Those are the only two options. And I am so sad in my heart, and I am so glad to have this opportunity, passionate about the crusade that we're on, passionate about the mission that we're on, to help families understand that there's a different option where your money can work for you as hard as you work for it. And look, in living color, these are the strategies that wealthy people have been using throughout the ages of time since 1913. And I just want to say to you, Bishop, I appreciate you allowing me to come on your platform to share information with your audience, with the community, because this is vital. And just imagine if everybody coming out of high school understood these 3 basic rules of money and not get caught up in the trap of getting in debt, starting off with a student loan. And AI now is in a position, some of these people who are going to get these college degrees, and when they come out of the universities, AI would have replaced the jobs that they were trying to get. You got to pay attention to what's going on around here. And so listen, my PowerPoint has been completed, right? And It's both sides of the conversation. I know Bishop got some feedback, and I'm anxious to hear it. Thank you, brother, for the opportunity.
Hey, all I gotta say is, man, you always do a phenomenal job. You know I got something to say because I always gotta blow up the spot on the people. I gotta blow the spot up. Hey, listen, great news, and I think also what you're saying is true about AI and how so many people are being impacted. You're right. This information that you share with Community Night is not provided to young people, to elders, to folks in our community. So we are honored that you are out there taking the lead, pushing forward and getting this information. I believe you should get every contract in the city and county of San Francisco School District. We should be teaching this to our young people. They should be setting up community meetings so that we can educate and get this information to our young people as well as our elders. There's too many folks who are retiring, having to go back to work because they don't have the proper income or the education and awareness how to properly invest for their retirement. Again, we're honored to have you here. We thank you for sharing this great information with the community. I mean, I got a couple of questions because we are in an economic crisis right now, and I want to talk to the people. You know our people, Brother Akbar. You come from the people, the streets. You understand. We have a challenge out there. There's an economic crisis happening. There's job loss. There's uncertainty. People are having fear, anxiety. Maybe they didn't get all of the education and information that you presented tonight. How do you help focus these folks in our community who may have worked 20 years, 25 years, maybe they come and say 28, 30 years, they 50 years old. What could they do to make a drastic economic change in their finances and investing so that they can have something put up in a way that they can have some comfortability as they move to the end of their career, because so many times folks are just tuning in tonight or tuning in last week or tuning in last month and just getting this information like, oh, I didn't know this. What could they do to move forward, to start making the right investments in this challenging time? Like, we got to be realistic, right? Money's on the table. I got to pay the rent. Brother Akbar, I don't know if I can save all of this money because I got to pay the bills. My husband, my boyfriend's not working right now. How do I put something up so that I can have a great future?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bishop. And I'm going to say this in response to that. And it may not feel good to a lot of people, but the reality is it's spending habits. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, we have money, but we got a spending problem. We don't prioritize how our money should be working. We don't even know our money should be working for us. We pay our bills, and if you haven't noticed, when there's a concert, it's sold out. I was trying to get to the concert at the Paramount, the one that they had recently, old school. I waited too long. It was sold out. And it was packed with people that's identified like we talking about right now, living from paycheck to paycheck, don't have money. Yeah, they got money. It's just the priorities around how they spending that money is in question. And what we're doing is teaching families now how to look at first what you have and then organize what you're doing with it. And then you can make a difference gradually. It don't have to be a big impact. It's not like you're going to divide a third of your check. It's what are you already spending money on? What I was talking about earlier, starting off with Starbucks. Starbucks line is all, stop by there at 7 a.m, right? Stop by there at 6 o'clock in the morning. You got a Starbucks line. And, it's like every one of them. They all are packed up like that. And Starbucks, you're gonna spend $5 in Starbucks, right? On a cup of coffee. What is it, $4.50? Depends on the size. And if you get a latte, you done moved into the high-end category now. And so what I'm saying, Bishop, is that if we can start approaching people in a way so they can just look at what are you doing with your money? Because it's just not paying bills. People got money to do things that they want to do. And just pay attention to that part of it. People going where they want to go with no money, so they say, but they there. And even that Beyonce concert, man, them tickets was ridiculous. Boy, but it was sold out. How did that happen? In a community that don't have any money. So there is money there. And the conversation that I started with about if we measured our economics annually that come into the African-American community, we would be the 16th out of 195 countries. We would be the 16th economic power in the world. Somebody else is using our money. Our money is flowing away from us. And we're trying to educate families, or we're in the process of educating families to change the direction that that money is going in, where it's flowing towards us instead of away from us. Well, now when my children and grandchildren are in need of something, we don't have to figure it out. We don't have to drain our bank account. We don't have to exhaust our traditional 401k plan. That's what families do. I'm in conversation with a couple right now, right? Child just moving from high school to college, and they had to go into the 401k. And now they got a debt, right? And the kid ain't that enthusiastic about going to college.
Brother Akbar, there's shots fired. You got shots fired. We blowing up the spot. We know where the money is going. These ladies is out here on trips. You see them on social media. They walking around with Birkin bags. I don't know where the money's going. We know where the money is going. We got to be honest. Every time you look at the Louis V store, I see my people in there. Every time I go in the Gucci store, I see my people in there. I don't know. We got to blow up the spot on these families. It's too much money going out. They say the money in black communities is only circulating one time. One time. That's terrible. I think it's 0.5 now. Because the Herman bag, Balenciaga, and all those other names is getting all of our money. We walking around looking rich, but we poor. We got to blow up the spot on the community. We got our people dying out here. We got no life insurance. We on the internet with GoFundMes. We got to blow up the spot, people. We got to do something better. Tonight, this brother's bringing us some energy, some information, some love. We got to get it together because it's dark days ahead. I don't know. But my people, when it comes to money, somebody told me one time, I think it was a Jewish brother, he said, John, you know what the problem in the black community? You know, we call black folks and say, what's that? They call them liquid gold. Fast as y'all get it, y'all pour it out. And it ain't going to your community. They call us liquid gold. We're not even a bar anymore. They don't look at us as a bar. I don't know. We got some work to do, community, because walking around, driving around, looking rich ain't the business. We got to find out a way, because this economic crisis that we're dealing with right now, Brother Akbar, you know who they say has impacted the most black folks? 15-1 when it comes to evictions, not being able to pay rent, more than 5 months behind on bills. It is us. We have no emergency fund. We have no savings. We have debt out of the roof. Every credit card company is looking at their credit reports, and black folks, the highest balances. We don't have no ratio, 1-to-5 ratio. Everything is 6-to-6, 5-to-5. We are maxed out. What are we going to do? I don't know. Where's my people at? We got a presidential debate going on. They're not talking about reparations. They're talking about $200 billion in Ukraine, but they're not talking about the financial crisis in our community. They're not talking about the hurt, the loss. All of these companies are leaving. Did you see today another major chain is leaving? Billions of dollars. These rich folks are starting to be spoiled. They're turning their back on the people. They want to put a pissy fit out there, because they're not getting the person that they want elected to give them the tax credits and the benefits to continue to build their legacy. Community, we have to build legacy tonight. We brought up the spot. Get it together, community. Get your affairs in order. Call Mr. Brother Akbar. Find a way to say, I need 15% of all of that money you give it to the churches, the 15% that you give it to all of the restaurants. We brought up the spot. I need y'all to call Brother Akbar. We got to put this money up. We got to start saving. We got to have a way out of nowhere. All I can do is say, we got some work to do. Tonight, you got the information. You got the game tonight. You got a brother who is fighting for the prosperity of black folks. You got somebody tonight that's trying to give you love, information. Find a way. Pick up the phone. I don't know. Check your credit card debt. We're blowing up the spot. The debt is getting out and crazy over here. I don't know. We got some work to do. Community, we got to sit down and have a budget. We got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you know what they say, you're going to plan to fail. We got subscriptions that we're not even paying attention to. I did this work before. I understand the frustration when you start going through people's credit report, going through their bill. They got prescriptions to the gym, stuff that they're paying for it, they're not even utilizing. Hundreds of dollars going out of the bank. Not even just Starbucks, lunch, dinners, drinks, parties. I just don't know, community. We got to change our mentality on money tonight. Brother Akbar is trying to teach us. He's trying to help us. We're headed to a falling cliff. See, when they say, hey, don't take another step, you're going to fall. He's telling you tonight, he is the caution sign. We blowing up the spot tonight. There's a caution sign saying, stop, community, wait, we got to fix it. We got to stop spending $6 trillion of money being spent from our community with not even $1 being circulated. I don't know. I try to uplift and support the Black businesses. Our dollars won't even make it back to me. It's deep. And then they keep cutting the fat on top of it. They keep cutting the fat. I don't know, community. Tonight, you got some sauce. You got some information. Reach out to Brother Akbar. His information here. We got to stop being ashamed. We got to stop being ashamed of the bad decisions that we made when it comes to financial. We got to accept the responsibility. We have to sit down. We have to get our minds together. Ladies, I'm throwing up the spot on the ladies, okay? All you ladies out there, we cannot get away with letting you just say, I'm going shopping because I'm depressed, and you're putting yourself further in debt. We need some ladies to sit down and be accountable, be in control of their emotions, get it in order, because I'm telling you, this emotional spending is killing our community. I've worked with these people. How did you get yourself in so much? I was depressed. I was going through a breakup. I needed to go on a trip. I need all of these things that we think we need. What you need is Brother Akbar. You need a life coach. You need a financial coach. You need somebody that's going to walk you through. You need some discipline in your life. See, all these ladies, they're so educated. They're so smart. They know everything. But when it comes to money, they spin out of control. I don't know. We got some work to do. It's bad.
Yeah, that's heavy what you're talking about, Bishop. You know, there's a solution. Yeah, but there's so much skepticism that's going around, you know, because of situations that people putting themselves into. And now they're skeptical when the answer is delivered. You know, then, you know, they want to investigate. You know, most of the conversations, and I do say most of the conversations that I have, I got to break down the barrier of skepticism, right? Because it's like, I don't know what you've been through. You know, I don't know why you made those decisions, but let me show you some other strategies, and you decide on what you want to do with it. But you know now that there is something that exists that can assist you in wherever you are, but you got to be disciplined. Because, you know, like we know the world has gotten everybody now microwaved. You know, the concept that I came up with, you know, was farming. I wasn't a farmer, but the concept about growth and development, right? You plant a seed. You can't even see nothing for a while, but you got to keep watering it. You know, you got to keep making sure that you got it in the right environment. You got to do all of those things, even when you can't see anything. And then over time, you see something sprout out the ground. And then over time, you got a harvest. Now you can go out and enjoy the fruits of your labor, but it takes seasons. And the seasons has been taken away from the psychological profile of the masses. If it don't happen pretty quick, it ain't gonna work. And we jump around and we change and we change and we change. We never see anything through, because at the first sign of challenge or struggle or opposition or obstacles, man, we want to turn and go the other way. And tell me, well, it must be a sign from the Lord. Say, what did the sign say? Right? That it's too challenging for me. Well, if you have to take a test in order to move yourself to the next level, did you study? What's preventing you from passing the test? Let that be the challenge. What do you need to do to pass the test? Not, I failed the test. Now I can't do it. Let's find out how we can make it happen. And this is the conversation I'm having with most people, that's already given up. Right. So I'll say engrossed in fear that they stagnated. Some even paralyzed. Won't move. And there's a scripture, and I'm not getting biblical, but I like this. And I don't even know where it's at in the Bible, but I know it's there. I read it before. And plus, a pastor told me where it was at, and I done forgot, but it's in the Bible. You read it. And it says, none are so blind as those who refuse to see. They didn't say they couldn't see. Refuse to see. And so now we got a world of people now, right? Got eyesight, but they refuse to see when the solution comes to them. Now, I have to be strategic in my conversations because I got to lower the bar. I got to lower the barriers, right? I got to build relationships and help people understand, hey, I'm an ally. I'm not an adversary. I'm here to show you, not to hurt you. And when that's established, and it takes time, and so I'm not microwaved. I believe in the process of change and growth over seasons. And so this is what's required when it comes to cultivating the minds of people who have been indoctrinated to believe a certain way. All the systems are set up. And we come into this world, man, all the systems are set up to use our money as working people, as small business owners. It's all designed to get you in debt. And there you are now for the rest of your life, working your way through debt. And if anything ever interrupt your ability to keep those minimum payments, right, or however you're working that out, right, to keep your bills paid, or however you're working that out, if anything interrupt that ability to do that, man, your whole life is different. And if you don't have somebody that you can move in with or take care of you for a while, man, you be out there, man, and people will put you in a situation that they didn't classify most homeless people as some drug addict. They think everybody that's homeless is a drug addict. When I talk to homeless people, some of them people out there have not recuperated or recovered from 2008. And yeah, they done slipped into despair and some level of hopelessness. But the reality is they not on dope. They just lost their way because they believed in a system that they thought was going to support them. And then they got down and no one else was around, man. And that's the way it is. You see, unless you take charge and responsibility for your financial health, you're going to suffer a financial illness later on in life. Just a matter of time, a matter of circumstances, a matter of a crisis happening, right? Because statistics say very few Americans have $5,000 that they can access in an emergency. Most have far less than that. But just imagine that. You got a family, you got a crisis, and now you can't come up with $5,000 to take care of that. So everything now is in crisis. Yeah, we got some issues, brother.
Brother Akbar, I'm in a crisis right now. I'm just going to say I'm in a crisis. See, I'm glad you said what you said in the scripture. You didn't have the scripture because, see, if you don't have the scripture, we can't have you stand on that business. So since you didn't have your scripture, I'm not going to have my scripture. I'm just going to say 1 John with the bishop on the end. Please remove your 15% from the pulpit and put it back into your savings account. Cut off all of the credit cards. Start saving the money. Reach out to Brother Akbar. Close these accounts that are not giving you no interest. Let's build some wealth. See, I'm creating my own scripture now. 1 John, the bishop. I got you, buddy. We got to fix it. We got to fix this. Hey, we got to keep all of our money back into our accounts. We have to get the max potential of our dollars. Brother Akbar is talking about this 8 to 9% that is going on. We need to do this. Community, we got to fix our finances. Listen to what you said. They say the new slavery in America for Black folks is debt. And we keep racking it up. And I keep telling these ladies and these brothers out here, you can't keep using credit cards to get by. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You get a little bit of money, you pay a little bit. Oh, then something come up. Because see, one thing about when you don't pay the cash that you earn and you save, see, you always say you're gonna pay it back. I remember that's why I can't have credit cards. Right? You charge all this stuff up, you're living good, you're like, oh, I'm gonna pay it back. then you get some more money and something comes up. Now you're like, oh, I'm gonna put the minimum balance on it. This is how the debt starts. This is how they get you. You put the minimum here, now you racking up interest, the balance going up, then something else come up. There's always gonna be something else. See,
Yes,
but we
sir.
gotta be disciplined. We have to really find out what is our needs and what is our wants. And we have to really figure that out. And see, the only way you can do it is you got to have a budget. You got to talk to your kids. You can't be embarrassed. You got to sit down as a family. You got to bring Brother Akbar and say, let's sit down with my family. I want my family to know how bad a shape that we are in. And this is what we got to do to get out. See, we can't go to the movies this weekend. I can't buy a new Gucci bag. I know your birthday is coming up, but I can't buy you the watch, honey, this time. We got to put this money up so we can get out of debt. We got to pay off this debt. We got to snowball this debt so that we can have the financial resources that we need. We need an emergency account so that we can have the $5,000 that Brother Akbar is talking about. We might need $10,000. I don't know. But there's some changes that's going to happen, whether you want to or not. The economic crunch is coming down on us all. The level of stress is increasing. The amount of suicide behind debt is increasing in this country. The amount of folks who are worried about their 6 months forecast is increasing in this country. And tonight we have a presidential debate and nobody's talking about the real financial crisis, the unstable markets, the uncertainty in the business. We're not having these conversations. Community, Brother Akbar gave up the presidential debate tonight. He does his civic duty, but he's here tonight trying to give you gems, trying to give you information. Something has to happen. See, there's an alarm that is alarming right now. Brother Akbar is here setting off that alarm. See, when you wake up in the morning, you set that alarm to wake you up at 6 o'clock. In order to stop the alarm, you got to hit the snooze button. Community, we've been hitting the snooze button a little too long. Brother Akbar is trying to wake you up. He's trying to tell you it is time to wake up. You got to get your family in order. You got to get your finances in order. You got to get your do business in order. This is the time. We've been blessed tonight with great information. All I know, community, is Brother Akbar is here sounding the alarm. There's an alarm going off. The best thing about alarms is they're very irritating. And every time you try to go back to sleep, it just starts buzzing again. He's like, I got to turn this. This alarm won't stop. Brother Akbar is that alarm in your head right now saying, get your finances in order. Get your life in order. Make sure you got your life insurance. Make sure you got your estate planning. Make sure you got your stuff together. He's sounding the alarm. Community, stop hitting the snooze button, okay? We're blowing up the spot tonight on both sides of the conversation. I need my people to wake up and get this. I don't know. Tonight, don't hit the snooze button, community. Brother Akbar is here telling you there's a financial crisis in America. There's an extra crisis in our community. You must change your thinking about money. You must change the way you do business. The alarm is ringing, community. Financial information has been given out tonight. You've got a head start right now. You could change that narrative. You could change that paradigm. You could build a legacy starting tonight. All you got to do is reach out. Send an email. Reach out to Brother Akbar. Hey, brother, I'm ready. I've had enough. It's stressful. My blood pressure is up. It's causing drama in my relationship. I need to sit down and have an honest conversation. I spend too much. I need to return some of these bags. I need to sell some of these bags. I don't know. Some of them red bottoms need to go back to the store. I'm just saying, we're going up the spot today. Shots fired. Shots fired, okay? Ladies, you got to return the hermit bags. You got to take the red bottoms back. I don't know. Somebody got to get this in order. It starts tonight. We got to get our affairs in order. Too much tragedy is happening, and we want to leave legacy, not debt, to our kids. Y'all heard me, community? We want to leave a legacy to our kids. Legacy is prosperity. Legacy is opportunity. Legacy is the versatility to be great. Legacy is the uplifted financially of our families. Legacy is passing on good financial information. We need to do that tonight. Let's build a financial legacy tonight. Reach out to Brother Akbar. Have a conversation. It don't hurt just to have a, hey brother, I heard you tonight on both sides of the conversation. I need to get my stuff in order. I need to get my affairs in order. I want to leave my kids with something. We got work to do, community. Tonight, we've done our part to bring another meaningful presentation to help feed your mind, give you the information. We can't walk you to the water and make you drink it, but we can give you the information. You got the sauce tonight. If you don't want to listen to nothing else, listen to 1 John, the bishop, okay? Take that money back that you're giving away and put it in your pocket and save. We got work to do. There's too many funerals, too many losses, too many retirements, or our people just don't have it. Like Brother Akbar said, the minimum 5,000, we don't even have that. We got to do better. We have to be able to fund these emergencies without using credit cards, without being further in debt. We need to be able to bury our loved ones without having to worry about if we're going to be able to pay the mortgage next month. See, these conversations are the conversations that we need to have. See, Brother Akbar, he's the financial guru. See, he understands retirement. He understands insurance. He understands investments. He understands debt. This is what you call a financial coach. You can't just go play a basketball game without the coach giving you the plays. You can't be an NFL star without the playbook. Brother Akbar has given you the playbook. He got the tools. All you got to do is say, coach, put me in the game. I'm ready to listen. But that comes with patience. It comes with dedication. It comes with consistency. It comes with understanding. It comes with believing. Because everything you've been doing up to now, community, hasn't worked. You're further in debt. You're stressing more. There's less money coming in. You've already tried it your way. Get a coach. They say when you can't figure out things, you get a coach, get a mentor. You only get exposed to better things by getting people who know. This brother has put the time, the patience, the consistency in this information. He's done the research. We have a research expert in our community. He's done the work. He's taken the classes. He's sat there and listened to this PowerPoints. He's got the information. He's breaking it all down in 1 hour. You give him a call. He break it all down and get you in there. I don't know, community, what you going to do. We got work to do. With that being said, Brother Akbar, I know it's getting late. The wife is waiting on you. I want to give you opportunity to give some shots out in your parting words before we get out of here, brother. People are upset. The debate is over. They're confused. They haven't even watched this segment, and their pockets is already hurting more. They haven't even closed out the debate. I'm just saying, we got work to do. We're going up the spot here on both sides of the conversation. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity, just to share some information with the community. And I just want to continually give a shout out to the community because everything that we've been through, right? There's members in the community who are excelling in a lot of areas. You see, but that's eclipsed by that other segment that's being reported daily, that's not doing so well. And so the barometer now becomes that segment that's not doing so well. I want to give a shout out to the community, man. Everybody that's doing their part in uplifting and inspiring, right, and moving forward. And, of course, you, Bishop, as well as you, Brother Mark, my hat goes off to both of you brothers for allowing the space, and the communication to be available to the community. And I was listening to Mark making his announcements, and I just want to give a shout out to you, brother, for all of those events that you was able to document, right, and reveal to the community about where they can go and what they can do and get involved, right? Then you lend the opportunity for volunteers to come in and be able to be active in the community. So my hat's off to you, brother. I definitely want to give a shout out to my wife, right, for allowing me to be in here. She in the other room. She said, "Go ahead, honey." So give a shout out to my wife, man, and of course, right, I'm a part of this movement, GFI, Global Financial Impact, and you guys gonna be hearing a lot about it, right? Because we're taking over the financial industry. The traditional financial industry is about innovation and technology, and we're helping families in ways that couldn't happen like that last year or the year before. Why? Because we're bringing technology and guess what? AI. into the equation. And things has happened rapidly, man. And I'm gonna give you guys some additional information about that at a later date. But things are moving, man. And the way people have been used or misused when it comes to their finances, we changing that. That's not gonna be the norm, right? Just give it a few years, right? 2030, you're gonna see a whole nother vision of how finances work, right? Because we on the move, man. Remember that global financial impact. We're a movement and we on the rise, man. So I just want to give a shout out to Global Financial Impact. I'm a part of the organization. I'm a part of the movement, and we on the move, right? And so let's thank you, man. And every chance I get, at least once a month, man, you're going to see me. And I know you say you're going to cut back. I'm going to be looking at that calendar, and anytime I can cut in, I'm going to be there, brother. So thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, brother. We appreciate you, brother. All I can say, Global Financial Impact, we here. And I just want the community to know we're not shutting our doors. We get impacted financially. A lot of people who say they support us. I don't know where the checks is at. I'm looking for all these people that say, I got a check for you, Bishop. I'm short a few checks, okay? But we going to be here, okay? We love the people. This no matter what, we're going to find a way to continue to impact our community. Again, community, we are changing our program hours. We won't be here every week like we've been for the last 4 years, 3 days a week, every week. We're backing up a little bit. We're making some organizational changes. We're trying to do some things to really impact our community in a different way. I'm being pulled left and right. They need the bishop in the community. And Brother Mark got stuff that he's doing. We got other things that we're trying to prepare, but we really want to make sure that we're listening to the community. We've gotten the feedback from our consultants, folks we're working with. And we go back up a little bit so that we can focus on other things to better help impact the organization as well as the community. And I need to be out there. We got some violence going on. We got some financial issues going on. We got some elections going on. We got some things happening, and the bishop needs to be a part of it. We got some young people who need some love. We got some community folks who need the bishop, the spirit of the bishop, the presence of the bishop there. There's some events that need the presence of the bishop. There's some things at City Hall that I need to be there. My voice need to be heard. There's some things that are going on that I need to be a part of. The school district is closing schools in the Black community. There's billions of dollars in cuts that's happening. Yeah, the bishop, I need to be there. So we got to cut back some of what we're doing here on the platform so that I could be where the people need me, fighting to make a change. We have to be intentional. We have to be preventive. We have to get involved, community. I will be getting involved. There's work we'll be doing behind the scenes legislatively. We'll be pushing the elected officials, the supervisor, the mayor. We'll be going after everybody. We won't change. We won't change now. We want a better San Francisco. We want a better Bay Area. We want a better United States of America. Black folks, it is our time to stand up, roll up our sleeves, get in. The lava is spewing out the volcano. I said it again. The lava is spewing out the volcano. If we don't come together and get this right, there's a volcano that is going to erupt. I promise you. Now that's from 1st, 2nd John, the bishop. All right, community. With that being said, I've had enough. I went overboard tonight. My blood pressure's up. I'm already dealing with my own health issues. This is Man's Health Month too. Okay, I'm trying to keep my health together. People texting me, Bishop, calm down. You shouldn't be getting excited. No, I'm getting excited. I'm passionate about the global financial institution. We need this in our community. We need literacy. We need folks to change the paradigm of money. We need our young people to understand the importance, the power of the dollar that they possess. We need them to invest and we need them to protect their assets. This is information that we all need. But with that being said, Brother Akbar, I just want to say thank you for being here. It was great to see you during the Juneteenth weekend out in the community celebrating. Tell your wife thank you again for giving both sides of the conversation your time tonight. It is very, very appreciative. And we just want you to know that we support you. Anything that we could do, if you're having financial events, send us the flyers so we can help mobilize our community to get to where you at. We need you to be on the grants for all of the school district when all of this money rolls out. California sent it down for financial literacy back in the school. They need folks like you, not the teachers, to come teach this stuff to our kids. So we hope that when these RFPs and these grants run out to these consultants and to these folks that's going to be coming into our schools to teach our young people, GFI is on the top of the list because we need this in our community. We thank you for being a pillar of the community. We thank you for being an elder, a leader, a representative of what it takes to be great and changing the narrative, brother. That's what it's all about. So thank you again for coming here tonight on this platform, giving our community the sauce on the first presidential debate night where everything wasn't so great. But tonight, you got some great information from Brother Akbar. He's uplifting the people. You heard what he said. AI, technology, by 2030, we got to do something because the people are saying by 2053, Black people are going to be poor, no money. So we got to get it. We got to get it right. We can make the change. If we put our minds and our dollars together, we can make all things possible with the higher spirit. Whatever your higher spirit is, we can make it happen. With that being said, thank you, Brother Akbar. Have a blessed evening, brother. You are always welcome. You're part of the Both Sides of the Conversation family. And whenever you want to come on, we here, brother. All right. We'll see you soon, brother. All right, there you have it, community. Brother Akbar, he came here to give us the juice. He came to get my blood for a night. He's blowing up the spots, and we got music going on, and we getting excited. We gonna change the game. The money is gonna start working. We gonna get it going. I don't know. I'm feeling it now, Mark. We got to get it going because at the end of the day, this money is real. We got to talk about this money in our community. It's got to happen. We got to get it right. And Brother Akbar was here to support us tonight with that information. Brother Mark, we put up the spot. I hope you feel better, Mark. We got to make some investments. We got to do some things. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I recognize the importance of financial literacy. Like, we are literally in a financial war, and our dollars are literally the ammunition that we need to be able to survive, to fight, and thrive. And to have somebody like Mr. Akbar with his fiduciary accountability to the community of bringing this information, he's done us a great service. And I hope people that watch this or go back and watch this actually reach out to him and get the guidance, the coaching, and the help that they need. Because I don't care where you're at, ain't nothing gonna get better unless you change and get better with it. So again, it starts with how you handle the dollars in your pocket to see what's going to happen in the future. And trust me, everybody's trying to take it. And slavery is debt, and debt is slavery. So if you don't want to be stuck in debt slavery, you better get your financial coach and get your money right.
Man, hey, Mark, since this is our last Thursday for this month, we got some other Thursdays coming up. We're not going away, but there is some programming. I might as well go a little bit insane before we leave. They say you got to be insane. So I'm going insane tonight. I'm blowing up this spot. I don't know about y'all. There's going to be shots fired to the end of this segment. You know why? Because we talked about First John and Bishop. I told you what that means. I told you about Second John and Bishop. Now I'm going to tell you about First King and Bishop. Ladies! Stay out the mall, ladies. That's the first thing. Ladies, I want y'all to understand. It's shots fired now. We're going to shoot some fire. Hey, I need all my ladies out there. Listen up. Listen up. Stay off them trips. Stop flying around the country. Put your savings up. Get your emergency funds together. Get your affairs together. Since y'all always say that the brothers ain't handling their business, ladies, get your affairs in order. Too many funerals happening. We don't have life insurance. Too many funerals happening. We don't have emergency funds to cover it. I don't know. I see a lot of Herman bags out there. I see a lot of Birkin bags. I don't know. I'm blowing up. All I know is we got too many of the other things instead of the right things we need, okay? We need to get focused. We need to get focused, community. We got work to do. We got to get our affairs in order. We have to do what we need to do to leave a legacy for our community, okay? We got to do it. And it starts with information like tonight. I don't know which pathway you're going to take, but we need to change the way we look at money. We need budgets. Sit down. Know where your money is going. There's too many folks walking around our community. I'm blowing up the spot. Too many folks in our community don't know where their money going. You know, I'm tired of going through people's finances and saying, wait, you know you got $300 a month going here and there. You're not using this. I'm just saying, we got to do better. We got to put a plan together so that we can get out of this debt. You heard Mark. It is slavery. Debt is slavery. We all have been enslaved to these finances. We can't keep kicking the rock down the road and saying we'll pick it up later. We got to pick it up now. Now's the time. more than ever with the economic crisis that we're facing, the economic impact, the job loss. We got work to do. Brother Mark, with that being said, I'm going to just jump into the benediction to get everybody out of here. First of all, we thank all of you for tuning in. I want to say thank you to our entire Both Sides of the Conversation team, all of the amazing volunteers and folks who give up their time behind the scenes to make sure that you get the information that you need to make sure that the community is impacted. It's amazing folks who do amazing things to make this happen. I can't do it by myself. I'm blowing up the spot on myself. I'm blessed to have the amazing folks that I have behind me to make sure that the community is impacted. It takes a lot to do what we do. I know when y'all see us, y'all just think, oh, this is easy. There's a lot of behind the scene work that happen. There's a lot of meetings that happen behind the scene. There's a lot of impact that happen behind the scene. And I want to uplift and acknowledge all of the amazing Both Sides of the Conversation team members that continue to grind. It's been a grind, community. This last 4 years, we're like excited because we're coming to the end of 4 years. 4 years. It's been up. It's been downs. It's been haters. It's been challenges. It's been all of the things that you could think of. But we didn't quit. We stuck to all of our commitments. We stuck to our mission. We stuck to our vision. We blessed the people. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about the bishop. But we impact the people. Look around. Ask people. We take care of our people. We don't poverty pimp our people. We don't take from our people. We give to our people. We bless our people. We uplift our people, the youngsters, the elders. Yeah, look at the work. Go back. Check out our social media. See some of the things that we've done to impact community. Yeah, like Brother Akbar said, it's sad that some people don't value the work that the bishop does. Some people don't value the great people of this organization. Some people don't value the things that we do to make impact, but it's okay. The people that we impact, we know. We've seen the tears. We've heard the cries. We've heard the thank yous. We've seen the appreciation. Impact is real. Our folks are hurting right now. We're going to continue to do everything we can to impact those folks. So all the folks out there, big timers who got their affairs in order, support us, donate, give back. I don't know, do something. If you feel you can't do it and you don't have the time, bless us and we'll bless the people. Yes, the bishop will bless the people. I'm not in the pulpit. Only pulpit I am is with the people in the community. More work to come, more work to be done. Yes, there's programming changes, but we will still be here. We will still get the information out to the community. We will still be a part of the movement, the motion that is taking place. There's a volcano that is going to erupt. And both sides of the conversation will be there. We will be there to help the folks in need. We'll be there to help get you out of this situation. We'll be there to put some way that you can get out of the hot lava. But it's going to be a volcano eruption. It's coming. Get ready. We'll be there. We'll be a part of the fight. With that being said, on our last Educational Thursday of the month, on this Men's Health Month, I'm here with my brother Mark. I don't want y'all to forget Sister Io. She is out there again. She'll be back soon. She had to take time. This grievance is real. This loss in our community is real. We are all impacted by the loss. When we lose loved ones, everybody deals with grief differently, but it impacts us all. She is a part of our team. She is the queen of this platform. We will continue to pray and uplift for her, give her strength. No matter which way it goes, we're going to be there to support her, her family. And again, me and Mark, the voice, we are here. We will continue to be a part of the community and keep these conversations going on both sides of the conversation. With that being said, community, it is time for the benediction. I am here tonight, blowing up this spot. Yeah, we talked about finances tonight. Yeah, a conversation that sometimes our community don't want to have. The embarrassment of knowing I'm in debt. The embarrassment of knowing I don't have any cash. The embarrassment of knowing I made a bad decision. I bought something that I shouldn't have. I invested in something that I shouldn't. Yeah, it happens. But tonight, you was blessed with information. You were able to get some information to help you understand the flow of money, how things work. Tonight, I hope you paid attention and got the information that is needed. There's a brother in this community. There is a firm that is coming, GFI, to impact our community, to change the trajectory of the finances of Black and brown people. There is some folks out there who care, who want to get you out of this slavery. See, it was Harriet Tubman. Now you have GFI trying to get your finances back in order so you can remove yourself from the spinning wheel. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe it's going to take me to yell and scream and let you know we got to change. Maybe it's the alarm clock that you keep pressing snooze on. I don't know. We got to figure out a way to change the narrative when it comes to finances. Right now, we are in a financial crisis. Economics are tight. The flow of money is slowing down. The access to opportunities are going away. We must find a way in these times, in these dark days, to be able to save and put together a plan so that we could get ourselves out of the financial hole. We can't keep depending on society and opportunity. It's going to take all of us, like Mark said, on code. We're going to have to continue the Black ecosystem. We must make these dollars circulate through our community more than one time. We must find a way to love and support each other. We must remove ourselves from the commercialization, from the sensation of these companies that don't care nothing and don't invest in us. We have to remove ourselves from the fashion industry that don't care about it. We must support our own fashion. We must uplift our own people. It's going to take all of us to get together to figure out. We can't just react. We have to be intentional. We have to prevent. We have to be intervening, ready to go. If we don't, we will fall slow. We are amazing, resilient people. We are the fighters. We are the uniters. We are the culture. We are the change makers. We can do it, community. All we have to do is take a pause, sit back and reflect and think. Reach out to the coaches, the folks who have the information. You've been doing it your way for very long. Look where you at. It's okay to trust. It's okay to look into another opportunity. We must change the narrative of money in our community. We can no longer be called liquid gold. We must keep the bars solid. We can't let the pressure, the heat, the desire of having new things take away our bars. That's liquid gold. Tonight, I hope you've been impacted. Tonight, I hope you have a different change about money. I hope tonight, even if you don't call Brother Akbar, you think about your money. I hope tonight, when you open your closet and you see all of the red bottoms and the Gucci bag and the Chanel bag, that you think about, was it really worth it? I hope when you look at your bank account tonight, you look and see if you have the emergency 5,000 minimum that you should have. I hope you see that. And if you don't, I hope you say tonight, I need to change my ways. I need to stop spending money. I need to relook at this financial situation. Maybe you need to call a meeting and bring the family together to say, we're going to make some financial changes. We're not going to be eating out as much. We're not going to be shopping as much. We're not going to be traveling. We're going to sit. We're going to figure out a hustle. We're going to find out a way to bring some other money in so that we can change the financial dynamics of this family. All of the fellas that are in the house, all of the men that are in relationships. I hope tonight you take the lead. Since you want to be a leader and a provider and a protector, lead your family into the right way. Sit your wife down. Sit your lady down. Sit your partner down. Say, baby, baby, baby. This financial situation is out of control. We in debt. We don't have no money. We don't have no savings. The brother just said on both sides of the conversation, we should have a minimum of $5,000 in our account. We don't even have that. We need to have life insurance. If something happened to me tomorrow, we don't even have any life insurance. If something happened to me, we don't even have a will and a trust. Tonight, get your affairs in order. We don't need another community member to die, pass away. And the family is out here with GoFundMes and selling chicken dinners trying to figure out how to bury their loved ones. We got to do better, community. I know it's a difficult conversation when it comes to money. I know it's taboo. I know there's a stigma tied to not having money. But we have to be honest and we have to be for real. And I hope tonight, something, the alarm is ringing. Don't hit the snooze button. Sit down and combat the problems that you have financially. With that being said, Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. Again, this is our last Educational Thursday for the month of June. We will have another upcoming Educational Thursday. We will post those dates. Yes, community, every week, 3 times a week. Y'all won't see us every week no more. We're not going nowhere. We're not shutting down our doors, but there are programming changes that we're going to make. You all will see us, but every week, you won't see us 3 times a week like you've been seeing us as we continue to reorganize our organization, relook at our footprint in our community, how we need to impact what's going on. There's some things behind the scenes that we need to be involved with. There's some things at City Hall we need to be there. There's some legislative bills that we need to be a part of to make sure that our community is not forgot about. And again, we will continue to impact the community. We will continue to do everything we can to make sure our community is impacted. Yes, there are changes because these economic crises impact people like both sides of the conversation, but we will be here for the people. We will continue to uplift the people. We will continue to support you and make sure the information that we receive gets to the people. Please follow us on all of our social media handles so that you can stay up to date with the information, so you can know what the programming is going to look like, when there's events and information, so that you could get it, because we won't be on every week. Please sign up to our newsletter. We need you guys to sign up so that you can keep up to date of what's going on. A lot of the changes, information will be in our newsletter as well on our social medias. We'll continue to update you and let you know what's going on. You will see the bishop. I'll make a video. Hey, tonight, we coming on. Get ready to watch us. Okay, I'll do all of it. I'll make it easy. But we will be making changes as we need to do the things that we need to do to elevate our organization as well as continue to impact community. It's a lot of work. And through these challenging times, we will make it. I got my own health things that I got to deal with in this health month of man to stay focused. But I will continue to fight for the community. I will continue to uplift the people, and I will continue to change the narrative from the voices of you all. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. We love you all, and we'll see you all soon. Be safe. And again, greatness is coming. Continue to do the right things, community. We love you.